everybody, One of Wiisdom here, Mystical TKC, walking away because my analog stick is still screwed up on this controller. And so, with that said, we previously just took him through his base upgrades, and now we're going to come in.
Dares rate my abilities, although these look pretty spot on.
Indeed. We're going to come in and pick a path for him. And my logic, you saw with Buzzerbeak, it's sort of the purpley, traditional Skylander bird-like color scheme. And that, of course, matches up pretty good with standard Tae Kwon Crow. Mystical Tae Kwon Crow is sort of a little bit more dark and sinister. And since this bottom path that we can actually see in color now has two of the Buzzerbeak upgrades, including upping the content of them, it makes sense to me that we would take Mystical down Shuriken Slinger, just to avoid, the contrast in colors. So that's my logic, that's how I picked it. We're going to go ahead and do just that. Shuriken Slinger, as you can see, master the art of the ninja star with new charge-up secret tech. That's the analog stick, not me. And then Crow Mando, fight up close with new kicks and more Crow buddies. So we're going to go ahead and hope we're doing the right thing here. But the good news is, with an alt deco, the beautiful thing about them, if you've got both of them, you can take both paths, and you don't have to switch and reset, which it's really a problem to reset here in Imaginators. Not only because you have to get the money, which isn't that big of a deal with the tricks you can do, it's more so that you have to go back through and redo every single time. Like the Soul Gem, it's a one and done type of a thing. But when you have to come in and go again, however you would word that, to the Sensei Shrine, it's kind of a pain. There's not just like a little button you can press and it's like travel to Ninja Sensei Shrine. You've got to go progress through the level. Some of them are easy to get to towards the start of a level. Some aren't too bad, can be gotten to in a few minutes. Others are pretty much near the dead end of the level, and that really sucks. So I don't think a lot of thought went into, hey, if people reset this character to take the other path, it's kind of going to be a pain to go and get. Maybe that was their idea. They want you to play through the game again. Most people would prefer to just, have the Skylander tutor power, that we kind of took forsaken. I told people, you got to appreciate this thing while it's here, and it's gone, and I think now people do. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started here with Shuriken Slinger. We begin, oh my. I'm hoping this doesn't dumb it down. There's been some things in this game that have radically changed things for the worse, and this has the potential. Where we stand right now, we've gone from 32 to 48 to 49 to 74. That's not including ricochets, that's not including throwing it through the firewall, but one shuriken doing 49. My hope is that they all three individually do 49, right? So we'd be at, 147 collectively? My fear is that they divide by 3 and conquer and make each one do like 16 or 20 or something lame. But if each one of these does 49, that's going to be pretty cool. 1,700 is a prize. Let's go ahead and find out what we're in for. Please do the 49. Let's actually, if they have that golden glow around them. Oh yeah. It might be hard to tell. Okay, so they're doing 49, but can I get two 49s at the same time? Well, the ricochet is working fine. I'm inclined to say they're still going to be 49 to 74. So, 3 shurikens at once. Still 49 to 74, and 16 to 24. Through firewall. Now they should, I'm sorry, not through firewall. Still 49 to 74 and 16 to 24 by Ricochet. Hadn't heard Ricochet in a while. There was a band called Ricochet, early 90s country, if I'm not mistaken. That said, what we need to do now is confirm. Oh, come on. Go through the other side, you clown. 73. Okay, so yeah. Still 73 there, and again, I assume if we could ever have these things spaced out, and by things I mean the enemies. I didn't mean to do that, but we'll kill this guy anyway. That's gonna be pretty OP. I have to say. Especially if we can get these to increase their damage output.
Kwon Crow's skills cannot be measured in numbers. Or
Shuriken Flurry. Press and hold X for a short time. Oh. Press and hold X for a short time to throw a flurry of 5 big shurikens. 2200, yes please. And the question is charge time and damage. So let's take a look at it first. 1 Mississippi 2. Oh, that didn't take long at all. 1 Mississippi 2. It's like a 1 second hold. I'll go ahead and call it 2 seconds, but good lord. Oh, and they do 65. You gotta be kidding me. 98. Love it. Got our critical. Look at it fan out. This guy is a behemoth. Hold, and it's really maybe a little less than 2 seconds, but 5 big shurikens. 65 to 98. This guy is something, I'm telling you right now. I don't know that we're going to get just a simple increase from 49, but I mean, hey, 49x3, I'll take it. 65x5, that's fantastic. I mean, you got to think, 65 times 5, we're not factoring in the 98 here, which would be near 500 damage from one single toss. Just 65, you're going to be at, what, 325? So, boom, 325. If they were all critical, it would be close to 500. 325 to 500, that's insane. Absolutely. Look at the range on that, too. Did you see how far that one flew out? Well, of course, it doesn't do it that time, but I swear one went way the heck out there. But let's proceed on here. Final one is ground saw. So sadly, we're not going to get just the incremental upgrade from 49. Truth be told, we don't really need it, in my opinion anyway, so, and this will kind of add a little spice to it. So press and hold X longer to throw a pair of ground saw. So basically 1 to 2 seconds. I mean, by the time I press X and hold it, he throws the initial 3, and then it's like instantaneous, he's ready to go to 5. I'm assuming this will be like a 2 to 3 second hold, and we'll kind of get a feel for it. But 3,000 is the price. Let's roll with that. Back out of here, and okay. Oh, no way. They come back to me? Okay. You can control that. 130. Oh, frickin' A. Ground saws, 130. Half of that would be 65, so critical should be 195. And then 2 hits of it, because 2 hits, saws return to TKC. TKC being Tae Kwon Crow, if you did not know. Alright, so what we've got to figure out now is what the range is on these things. Because that's insane. So let me just go ahead and count. I'm going to press and start counting. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It's hitting an object and coming back. What if I was up here?
Tae Kwon Crow!
Ooh, this is so cool. There's really not space I need. Maybe down by the training dummies we could get a better feel. Let's try to angle this towards the staircase if we can. Oh, good grief. that is awesome. Now the thing is, it'll essentially do 130 as it goes this way and 130 on the way back. My question is, if I had, like, say 3 enemies in a row, spaced a little bit, is it going to do 130, 130, 130, hit its break point and return and deal 130 3 more times to each of the enemies? Or is it just like it's going to roll through all of them, deal 130 once, and come back and do it again? And I don't know if we can stage these guys. Line yourself up. You can move, albeit slowly. Well, it's only showing up once, but...
Sweet!
That didn't even register. Well, that got both of them. So I'm inclined to say, since we saw 2 130s there, that it could be done. Oh, come on, I pressed that button again. Yeah. I'm thinking it will. It might be hard to prove the point here, but I think that is something that could happen. So, zero complaints really on Shuriken Slinger. And the colors don't clash, in my opinion. Obviously, the golden color I'm not a huge fan of, but, you know, I'd rather deal with it here than have Buzzerbeaks running around the sinister-looking mystical TKC. Speaking of that, the Soul Gem, Big Mama, we're gonna shell out 4K and get the Soul Gem access. So press and hold Y to call down the Big Mama Buzzerbeak. This better be good. let's try to get a feel for it. So back out of there, back out of here. I'll just go ahead and have a dummy around. Holy jeez, she's big. 52. Okay, so let me get rid of this guy. So you saw the aesthetics of it. Let's now try and count her time. The problem is we're going to spawn in a standard Buzzerbeak first. I'd say about 12 seconds for Big Mama. So that's something that might be better suited for the training dummies. But let's get a couple of these guys actually. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. She's here. 52. Good lord, look at the range on that woman. Can I flame kick her? No. If we could, good lord. So 52 to 78. I'm not quite sure how many instances, but hey, we've got the numbers. That's what matters the most, I suppose. Let's do it a couple more times because I want to fill up the Sky Chi meter. So, here we go. There's our countdown. Boom. She might do damage on impact, actually. Take the stairs, woman. You're a bird. Just fly up here. Well, this is going to be a waste. Can I summon her again? Let's see what happens. So it does knock back on impact.
Sky Chi power ready.
Aha. Once again, I'll try to flame kick her. Shuriken throws don't seem to phase her. Slaughter some. I want to see if Big Mama is going to do damage on impact. I don't know that she does. Oh, did she do the 65 or was that Buzzerbeak? I guess downstairs would be a better place for that. I'll try to figure it out there. Alright, so now it is time to execute the Sky Chi once again. We had 54 and 270. I'm going to attempt to count the number of shurikens that fly this time. So here we go.
To me, begin! That was like Taekwon! Whoa!
I counted 13. So, oh no, not a formula. Screw you, spreadsheet. So 13 hits of 54. Half of 54 would be 27, so 81 would be the critical. And then I don't know if the 270 comes into play or not. Thought I had seen it, but what we're going to do is run down here and see if we can further analyze Big Mama by way of the fixed training dose. It's a shame they're separate. I wish this area was a little bit bigger. I wish the switch was sort of like translucent and a non-issue. Not a big issue overall, but just one of those things. It would be much appreciated. I feel like I'm probably the type of player they built this for and continue to include this, because if you watch other people's path guides, it's like, hey, I bought these upgrades, let's go play a battle. And it's like, wow, this is really cool, it's amazing. And 2 minutes of your life later, you've pretty much learned nothing. And that's what people consider path guides to be, and it's like, that's nothing worth seeing, in my opinion. But to each their own, you know. I guess I take things like a little bit more serious than most people, type of a thing. Anyhow, let's go ahead and just try to get Big Mama in here. I'm most interested in seeing if she might, in fact, do impact damage. Yeah, I know for sure she does knockback, but I'm wondering if she like lands on stuff if she doesn't render some little bit of damage. So buzzer beaks, yeah, they weren't doing 65. Maybe that was her. Let's find out. 43, excellent. 3, 4. Okay, let's do this one more time. So I'm thinking that this woman's going to do 43 to 65 on impact. Is that going to be the correct math? Half of 43 would be 21, 5, 22. Yes. So 43 to 65 impact plus knockback, which, I mean, that doesn't render any damage, but if you're in a bind and you're about to die and it's like, I don't have time to reach a Skylander before this enemy hits me, if you can summon her big butt in there, she's gonna send enemies away from you, might kill them, or at least buy you a little bit of time to pull Mystical TK, which, hey, what are you doing if you're dying with Mystical TKC? This guy's amazing. But if that is the case and you've got the Soul Gem, you could knock enemies back, pull him off, throw down with one of your other Skylanders. So 43 to 65 on impact plus knockback for whatever that's worth. She seems to run 12 seconds, but I think we can count maybe 4 rounds of damage, but she might be doing more than 3 hits. Standard Buzzer Beak does 3 hits, and then it jumps from 4 to 6 rounds, except 5 to 6 rounds, I should say, with Fire Beacon engaged. She might do 4 instances of damage for 4 rounds. I'm going to attempt to focus on that this time. Oh, I can't tell. She definitely does 4 rounds of damage. I just don't know, like, how much. With the 16 overlapping, I'm thinking I'm seeing 4 to 5. I should be able to slow it down in editing and tell for sure. But it's definitely 4 rounds of damage. So 52 to 78 for 4 rounds. X times. I'll try to remember to slow it down in editing and get this logged on the spreadsheet. But that's pretty impressive. Now, what I'll try to do with our good pal Standard Tae Kwon Crow, we will see if we can see the 270 again, and I might try to count the duration of the Skychi. The main thing, though, he can throw 13 shurikens at 54 to 81. So, realistically, if there's not like an initial impact or the final exit damage from his Skychi, you might be better off not using it. I mean, he's a beast with, the 49 to 74 3 times per throw. I don't know. That was the analog stick. It looked like he was running again. But hey, Mystical TKC, Shuriken Slinger, 0 complaints. Tae Kwon Crow has fantastic base upgrades. The Shuriken Slinger path, it might not have continued on the same rapid pace of momentum, but I have to say, it's definitely a worthwhile path. I can't compare and contrast with Crewmando just yet, for the simple fact we haven't taken it, but I would have 0 issues recommending this path. I think it would work. Oh, yeah. I wanted to test out the ground saws, too, so case in point. Oh, that's so cool. Look at how, they went all the way over there. That's amazing. So 49 to 74, the ricochets. This is crazy. Now, if I hold it 2 seconds, we get 5 big ones. 65, wow. So 65 to 98 there. And then I don't guess those ricochet at all, which that's fine. Who cares at this point in time? And then the ground saws. Let's see if we can. We'll do them here first. So 3 seconds. You can tell when they glow like that. Sweet. I'm gonna come all the way over here.
Shuriken!
Alright, let's try to roll this through both of these guys. This is about as far away as I can get and still see both of them. Here we go. Ground saw is initiated. I wonder if there's like a hidden level to them. Probably not. Oh, it does do it. So it's capable of rendering 130 to anything in its path on the way there and the way back. So basically, we just dealt 520. 130 to this guy. 130 to this guy. We turn around. 130, 130. So 260 apiece, grand total of 520. Fandiddly-tastic, Tae Kwon Crow. Who dare face this guy? I don't know. I wish PvP was a thing, because I feel like I could take fully upgraded Mystical TKC at level 1 with only 200 health. I think you'd be hard pressed to take this guy down. Very hard pressed. So, anyway, I do finally, assuming Amazon doesn't screw it up or cancel it, I have got the Pinata combo pack coming. That I feel is actually a good deal. $15 for Pinata, and then getting a Magic Creation Crystal for $4.99. Not terrible. Plus, they don't really have the sales, and I don't know if we'll ever see. We're supposed to get a Pinata single, come sometime in March, which that's a long ways off still. Which, number one, that sucks because Pinata's pretty cool. But it's one of those deals, the way things are going, wanted to make sure we could pick it up, and so as long as they don't cancel it, which they've had several points. I've witnessed about 4 or 5 just since January. Mid-January-ish. They had the initial round, and then a couple of times since then that I've monitored. It's never in stock, but it's like it's going to be in stock January 21st. It's going to be in stock February 4th. The most recent times it was February 4th, February 9th, February 14th. That's when mine should ship. So it's seeming like they're coming in every couple of days, and then they're extending it 5 days out. So if you somehow missed this order point of the 14th, keep stocking Amazon, refreshing their listing, and then perhaps, it'll be slated sometime around the 19th it'll be available. So, I don't feel like the combo pack's too bad of a deal, so I'm content with that. But I'm also content ending the video here, and let's go with hashtag Slinger. Hashtag Slinger. I'm doing that because I don't know if Shuriken Slinger would fit on a Minecraft sign. Bonus bricks are bricks in the Wall of Wiisdom. You can find that in Wiisdom Plays Minecraft. Make sure to check me out on my personal website, monowiisdom.com. Follow me on Twitter. Check out mindlogics.net. Skylanderclub.com is the forum. I've got polls up, including Mystical Tae Kwon Crow versus Standard Tae Kwon Crow. So cast your votes there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section on Shuriken Slinger, Mystical versus Standard Tae Kwon Crow, the Mysticals in general, Pinata, anything you want to talk about. But thanks so much for watching. Leave a like. Your support is always appreciated. And I will catch you back here as we throw down Standard Tae Kwon Crow and take him down the Crowmando path with more buzzer beak action. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys back here for more Skylanders research.